Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. Still reading the Apocrypha. In the book of Ecclesiasticus right now. And man, boy, this stuff got so much wisdom in it, man. I just finished reading last week. I just finished reading the Wisdom of Solomon. So I'm on like a wisdom kick right now. I might finish once I finish this book, I might just jump over the Proverbs just because the wisdom is like sweet candy that I can't get enough of. But I just wanted to share some stuff that I've been reading. What do it say? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Chapter 5, Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 10. And I found this to be real interesting. It says, "Be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same. Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth." So, quickly going over that, right? So be steadfast in thy understanding. Be confident in what you know, right? Be confident in what you know, and let every word be and let thy word be the same. So everything you speak, make sure it's from a place of understanding and that is coming with a confidence. And it says, "Be swift to hear, not." And it says, "Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer." So be willing to hear someone, whether they, come to you with an issue, whether they come with you in information, whatever it may be, right? But to be patient and actually take in what they're saying before you speak and give an answer. It says, "If you have understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, then put your hand on your mouth. Shut up." Oftentimes, I notice, especially in this truth, we get so caught up in wanting to be the smartest in the room, wanting to be the most knowledgeable, wanting to be the one with the most understanding. And oftentimes we're not, right? But we need to understand that. Like if it's something that you know, right? Like if you ask me a question about the Bible and it happens to be in a realm in which I'm very familiar with because I've done a lot of reading, research, and I've, you know what I'm saying, I have the understanding of whatever that specific topic is talking about, right? Then I'm going to answer you, right? I'm going to give you what I know. If you ask me about something that I have no clue about, or you ask me about something that I've read in the past, but it's been maybe about a year or two since I've even touched that subject, then I might refer you to somebody who I know knows that answer. Or I may say, hold on, I don't know that answer right now. And then I'll go back, reread up on it, get some understanding, get some refresher, and then come back with an answer. But a lot of us want to be so quick to just give an answer and want to be the smartest person, and we just be talking out the side of our mouths, and it don't even be in accordance with the scriptures. It just be straight conjecture, straight opinion, straight personal emotion and feeling. We got to leave that out of when we talking about the scriptures. We got to leave that out when we talking about what the Bible speaks about, right? But I was continuing to read, and I kept running into other scriptures that talk about the same topic, right? Let's see. Um Check it out. This is chapter 6, and this is verse 33. I'm gonna read 33 through 37. It says, "If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes," I don't know what that's supposed to mean, "betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Most High, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. So basically, when the elders are speaking, and obviously these elders have wisdom. And when I say elder, I'm not talking about camp elders or church elders. I'm talking about people who have the life experience and the amount of time spent in this word, researching this word experience more than you as an elder. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about an elder. If you see somebody and you know that they're very knowledgeable of the scriptures, and they are talking about something, listen to that, right? Listen to that. Now, I'm not saying automatically just believe whatever they're saying. Obviously, do your due diligence and your research and fact check it. But don't just reject what they're saying because it's not coming from you or it's not coming from somebody that you are comfortable with. Information is very valuable, and wisdom can be spoken from anybody. Wisdom can come from the poor homeless man on the corner, right? He might be speaking some things that resonate within your spirit, right? He might be speaking some things that can talk to your ruach, right? Just because he's in that type of situation doesn't mean that he can't benefit you, and vice versa. You might be considered that elder, and someone else may be listening to what you're saying when you talk about scripture or when you're talking about a specific instance. And you know that you spent all of this time reading scripture, getting understanding, praying on it. And if you're talking about something that you know is true, and you're talking about something that you know is factual, and you can break it down in the scriptures, and then you speaking on it, how would it make you feel if somebody who was in a vicinity that could benefit from that information just rejected because it came from you? Or they don't feel like you a worthy source or you a credible source, so they just want to ignore it. I mean, that's going to be to their detriment, just like ignoring the wise words of elders will be to your detriment. And then it continues on and it says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. So don't be that person to let wise counsel go over your head or past you or whatever the case may be. Be that person that seeks understanding, right? And if you see somebody, I'm not saying that the first wise person you hear talk, make them your elder or your mentor or your pastor. But like I say all the time, and whatever I'm reading, whatever I'm watching, whatever I'm looking into, I chew the meat and I spit out the bones. I hold on to which is good and I let go everything else that's not good. If it's in accordance with the scriptures, then I can rock with it. If it's not, then I can't rock with it. Same thing. If you hear these people talking and they're talking good stuff, hold on to that good stuff. It don't matter where it came from. Wisdom can come from anybody. You don't know who the Ruach HaKodesh is going to use around you for your benefit. It could come from anybody, right? Now, if somebody's talking and you like, wait, this don't sound right. That's not what I read in scripture. Then you already know not to even entertain that. But don't be so quick to, deem somebody as unworthy or deem somebody as not knowledgeable enough to be able to teach you or to be able to give you, that kind of information. And it goes, and there's a whole chapter. Let me see, which chapter was that? Chapter 10, I think. Chapter 10 is all about pride. And I'm only going to read one verse from this one. Let me see. Verse 7. It says, pride is hateful before Ahiah and man, and by both does one commit iniquity. So the Most High hates pride, and pride is the beginning of iniquity. Iniquity is just being in a state in which you are sinning, being in a state in which you are transgressing the law, transgressing the Torah. If it's the beginning of iniquity, be careful. Be careful. Now, I find this to be very, very evident in my life because I have fallen victim to many false doctrines in my life, mainly from, being in the Christian church, right? In the beginning of my walk, I've fallen victim to a lot of Christian doctrine. I've fallen victim to a lot of Christian ideals and mindsets. And it took years. It took years for me to be able to, flush a lot of that out, right? And restudy and re-examine the scriptures and get closer to the Most High on an intimate level in such a way where I don't have to worry about being led astray. And I've definitely had my guard up since then, because I understand how easy it is to fall victim to those types of things. So I always say, I'm not going to just willingly subject myself under someone else's authority to teach me the scriptures, or conjoin myself to a body or a fellowship because I just want to have that fellowship so badly, or I want to be able to say that I have a pastor or I have an elder or whatever the case may be. I am a firm believer in independent study, and that has been so beneficial to me. I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm not saying that I'm above it. I'm saying that when I see someone whom has demonstrated righteousness, whom I trust, whom I know is knowledgeable in these scriptures, who gives wise counsel, right? Who cares, right? Who cares and who lives what he speaks, not just talk about it, not just pull out the Bible and read these scriptures to y'all and then live in a completely different type of lifestyle. If I see someone like that, that is doing the right thing, and it is an example to me of the Most High, right? Then I have no issues conjoining myself to that individual. I have no issues placing myself under subjection of their authority to teach me, to mentor me, to guide me, right? I just haven't found it yet. And that's not saying I will never find it, but I'm not just going to willingly join some camp, or I'm going to willingly join some church or some other body of believers or some type of fellowship because I just want that. I can fellowship with anybody. A lot of y'all have talked to me one-on-one. A lot of y'all have messaged me one-on-one. When we have those conversations, whether it be face-to-face, whether it be video chat, whether it be a phone conversation, or just messaging back and forth, or even on a comment, right? I'll make a post, you comment underneath, we going back and forth on a comment. Where two or more gather, there he is in the midst of them. That's fellowship. And I enjoy that. I truly enjoy that. It's not in a church setting, but who needs a church? But I have to be very mindful of that, because I want to make sure that the reason that I don't want to be subject under someone else's authority is not just because I'm prideful. And I understand pride plays a part in it, right? I understand that as a man, I don't want to just be, I don't want to just be not in charge, right? As a man, I'm a man, right? I'm a man. And so when I look around and I see how people are just willingly subjecting themselves and believing in these individuals who are leading them astray, it makes me sad, right? So my pride, in a way, although it's not fully healthy, it has given me a certain level of armor that has prevented me from falling victim, like I've seen other people fall victim to, right? Now, I do have the wisdom to understand, based off of the readings that I've done and the research that I've done and the prayer that I've done, to know that when I see that individual, I will be willing to subject myself to be under their authority. And knowing that makes the aspect of pride that's mixed in with it, it makes it override the pride, right? And I'm back in balance and encouraged to continue to do what it is that the Most High has called me to do, right? And I just wanted to read. It was one more verse I wanted to read. It wasn't about pride. It was. Oh, here it goes. This is something I noticed that we all do. This. It says, envy not. Oh, this is chapter 9. I started at 5 today, and I'm already on chapter 12. I'm gonna probably keep reading some more chapters. I might share some more with y'all. But anyways, chapter 9, verse 11. Envy not the esteem of a sinner, For thou knowest not what shall be his end. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember, they shall not go unpunished until their grave. Keep thee far from the man. Oh no, that's a different one. But those two verses. So envy not the esteem of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end, and delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember that they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. A lot of times, and I'm definitely putting myself in this one. A lot of times you look around and you see these people who are living so wicked, and it seems like everything is going right for them. It seems like they get the great jobs, or they're rich and famous, or good things just keep happening to them, right? And you like, man, how are they getting all of this stuff? Or how is all of these blessings coming upon them? And here I am trying to be righteous, trying to live the right way, following the scriptures, keeping the Torah, all of these law, statutes, and commandments, treating my brothers and sisters with respect, spreading the word, all of these different things. But we struggling on, some happen over here, something happen over there, people dying, all of these bad situations is popping up in our lives, and we like, man, it don't make no sense. Lately, I give you an example. Lately, I've been making a lot of investments. I've been making a lot of moves in the crypto space and into the stock market and different investments like that. And I'm just basically just waiting on something to happen, right? And I look around and I see some of these other individuals, and they'll make an investment and it'll blow. It'll go crazy, and they'll be, millionaires overnight, or billionaires overnight. Like, there was an example of somebody who put $8,000 in a cryptocurrency, and it blew up, and that $8,000 turned into $5.7 billion. Like, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, bruh, like, if that happened to me, if I had $5.7 billion, do you know what I'd be able to do? Do you know the amount of people I would be able to help? Do you know the amount of holy and set apart communities I would be able to build? You know how many people can get educated? You know how many homeless and poor people I would be able to help? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at that like, wow, like, but I can't get caught up in it because it makes me feel a certain kind of way, right? I feel convicted when I think that way. And it's confirmed right here in the scriptures. Like, you'll see videos of NBA players, right? And they'll be complaining about their little contracts. And I'm like, bro, what are you complaining about? You got a 5-year, $250 million deal, and you complaining about whatever you complaining about, or you whining about something that ain't got nothing to do with money. And I'm like, bro, like, if I just had 1% of your salary, 1% of your salary, that, you know what I mean? And that's 2.5 million. If I had $2.5 million, you know what I'd be able to do with that? Exactly. But then again, it happens again. And I'm like, man, I can't even get caught up in that. I can't even be paying them no attention. They're rich for however they're rich, whatever they needed to do to get that rich, that famous, whatever happened behind closed doors is what they did. But I gotta focus on me. I gotta focus on myself, and I gotta focus on the people that are dependent upon me. And I can't get caught up in whatever anybody else is doing, right? But when you have those moments of weakness, and these types of thoughts comes across your mind, go back to the scriptures. Go back to the scriptures. I needed this today, especially since I'm making moves with the coalition. We got people, and we making plans, and we're trying to do so many things, and unfortunately, even though money is the root of all evil, money is also how you get things done in this world, right? So it's hard, but you gotta keep this in mind. Whenever you see somebody else doing better than you, and it's not even because you're jealous of them, but it may just be because you're struggling, you're going through it, and you see somebody else which seems like they are not going through the things that you're going through, and you know for a fact that they're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, just go back to the scripture. Envy not the esteem of a sinner, for thou knowest not what their end gonna be. You don't know. You don't know how they're gonna die. You don't know what's gonna come back. You don't know how the Most High is going to address their transgressions. You don't know, right? What you see is, oh man, they making all this money, or they getting all of these blessings, or they're so famous and they have this easy road, and I'm over here struggling. But then you flip the script and turn the page 20 years later, and you now have blessings. You now have that wealth, that whatever the case may be. And they might be struggling. They might be poor. They might be dying in a hospital bed of stage 4 lung cancer, or whatever the case may be. They might get shot and killed. They might burn up in a burning building and die a very agonizing and excruciating death. You do not know. So focus on yourself. This video getting too long. It's already 21 minutes, but I wanted to just read a couple of these scriptures to y'all. I hope that this has helped somebody. I hope that this has impacted somebody. If it has not, then all praises to the Most High. If you've already known this information, and if it has helped you, then all praises to the Most High. That's what I'm here to do. Just sharing some thoughts and some things with you guys, and some personal experience with you guys, because there ain't nobody better than nobody else. And I'm not trying to pretend like I know everything, and I'm not trying to pretend like I'm perfect, because I am definitely not. But what we need to do every day is strive to be great, strive to be worthy of the Most High's love, and continue to spread these words, continue to spread this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to each other. Because what you might be lacking, I might have. And what I'm lacking, you might have. So if we share together, we'll all have the information. Y'all be safe out there, and Shabbat.